What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? How you doing? Guess what time it is? It is time for the weekly forecast. Weekly forecast time for all my signs. So, you know what to do if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. Check down there in the description of this video. You'll find that link that'll take you straight to that page on my website. And again, for those of you who missed the memo, there's a big 4th of July reading sale happening on my website right now, okay? All of the prices of my full personal readings have been chopped in half. So for those of you interested, go ahead and check down there in the description. And let's go ahead and jump right into this, man. There y'all are. I guess YouTube's not notifying people tonight. This is going to be one of them nights. All right, man, it is what it is. I think YouTube just gets in a bad mood sometimes, you know. I don't know. Sometimes everybody gets notified, sometimes nobody does. I don't know how that works. All right, y'all. What's up, y'all? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Do we have any Aries people up in here? What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. What is up? Got any Aries people in the house? Let's see. What messages do we have for Aries for the week? Messages for Aries. What do we got? What do we got, man? Let's see. Ooh, the Temperance. Some of you could possibly be dealing with a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. Okay. Ooh, so you definitely have somebody sitting around stalking you, watching you. As far as you're concerned, though, I know a lot of you are probably wanting to hear what new things are coming in. And for those of you who are interested in new things coming in, it looks like so far you have a lot of options available to you, but it's not looking like you're connecting with anything that's sticking and staying, you know? Doesn't look like it. But whatever it is you got going on, you got somebody from the past sitting around watching every little thing that you're doing. Every little thing that you're doing. And I'm not 100% sure why. It's not really indicating why. I think what they're doing is they're waiting on the right opportunity to reach out to you. And you know what? You know what they're probably waiting on? They're probably waiting on a relationship to come to an end. Like if you get with somebody new, they're waiting for you to either get broke up with or get cheated on. You know, I think they're patiently sitting back and waiting and watching and waiting for something bad to happen to you, right? And as soon as something bad happens, as soon as you get your heart broke, as soon as you get cheated on, then boom, they're gonna swoop up in there, right? So, but yeah, they're too afraid to come forward. I know a lot of you don't even care about the past person, but it's coming through. But yeah, as far as new things coming in, you probably have multiple options available to you, but either nobody that you're interested in, or if you are interested in some of these people, it just doesn't really seem like y'all are connecting at a real deep level. So some of you may just kind of be sticking to yourselves and just kind of backing away from the whole love thing and doing your own thing for the week. Very possibly, yeah. You ain't trying to get emotionally attached to anyone anyways, especially if y'all ain't really vibing like that. Now let's see the overall main general outcome for Aries for the week. What's the overall general outcome? Anything new coming in? Anything old coming back? What's the overall outcome for Aries? Yeah, 4 cups. No, yep, 7 of cups again. Like I said, connecting to probably more than one person. Some of you may only connect with one person, but I'm feeling like there's communication probably from a couple of different potential love interests, but nothing that's really sticking. As far as the past person goes, whoever this was from the past, they haven't moved on from this, but they're not coming forward because they're afraid that it's going to pop off into some conflict. So yeah, it looks like we already had the outcome in the very first spread there. Looks like it. The Queen of Swords. You're not getting emotionally attached to anyone right now. Anyone. And you ain't letting nobody know what's going on inside this thing either, are you? You ain't letting nobody know. Okay. You're sticking to yourself for the most part, but it does kind of feel like you're feeling a little bit lonely, even though deep down you ain't letting nobody know, but you're feeling a little bit lonely. So I'm not pulling any advice spreads for these, but I'll put my 2 cents in. My 2 cents, that's the best damn thing you could do. It's the best thing you could do. Don't ever try to force a connection that you're not vibing with, right? And trust me, you're better off alone and going through some shit by yourself than trying to force a fake connection with somebody that you're not really connecting with. All right? All right, moving on. What messages do we have for Taurus for the week? Messages for the Taurus collective. What messages do we have for Taurus between you and the person that you're dealing with? Uh-oh. Well, this doesn't look like the healthiest connection in the world. For some of you, there could possibly be a third party in the mix. I'm getting a lot of third party energy in here for real. A whole lot. Getting a lot of third party energy in there. Now, again, third party, what does that mean? Take it however it resonates. It could mean another lover, possibly, or it could just mean a third person that's shoving their nose between the two of you that ain't got no business shoving their nose in somebody else's business. Some of you could possibly be dealing with a person that has a bit of an addiction problem, very possibly. But I'm thinking that you're still kind of up in your head, not 100% sure what to do with this person in this situation. Not really. There's a part of you that's telling you you need to move on from this. There's another part of you saying, well, what if? What if it could work out successfully? You know? So I feel like you're kind of torn. You're having a hard time moving on from this. You're still kind of holding on to hopes that things could work out. But man, you already know this person's playing mind games with you, gaslighting you, blowing smoke up your ass. I'll go ahead and tell you straight up, from the energy that I'm seeing here, this doesn't look like a person that you need in your life. That's just me. Just me. Ooh, you know you and this person are karmically tied though, right? Hang on a second, y'all. Hold up. All right. You know you all are karmically tied, right? You most certainly are. Well, let's see the overall outcome for the week. What's the overall main general outcome? Overall outcome for Taurus. 10 of Cups reversed. So I don't really think the two of you are getting to that place where you're going to lay a solid foundation and build something long-lasting, healthy, and successful. I don't think so. 4 of Cups reversed. But also, too, some of you ain't trying to, if it doesn't work with this person, some of you ain't trying to mess with nobody. And I'm seeing that you're still having a hard time walking away from this, but I know how you like to roll, Taurus. You want what you want, right? Oh, I know. Look, the mother of my children was a Taurus. My biological mother is a Taurus. My biological father is a Taurus. The person that my biological mother is with now is a Taurus. Trust me, I know a thing or two about that energy. You want what you fucking want and nothing else, right? You will go without. If you don't like mustard on sandwiches, you will starve to fucking death before you eat mustard on a goddamn sandwich, right? I know how y'all roll. I already know. I already know. So if you can't have this person, you ain't fucking with nobody. But honestly, like I told Aries, that's the best decision that you could make, honestly. That's the way to do it. But yeah, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of forward movement happening, honestly. Not really. Just basically tension building. And here's my 2 cents that I would put into it, though. I'm not going to tell you do or don't try to make this situation work. But what I would do if I was you is I would set some sort of time frame. Some sort of time frame. I'm not going to tell you what time frame to set. I don't care if you want to set a time frame for a week, for a month, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, set some sort of time frame. Pull your phone out and set an alarm on that day that you pick. And by that day, when that alarm goes off that day, if you still ain't got it worked out, back away. Go inside and ask yourself, what feels right? What feels right, right? Let's say for argument's sake, it's a month, right? If this shit ain't working in a month, then I guess the universe doesn't want it to work. So, okay, I'm backing away from it. That's what I would do with this situation if I was you. But so far, you're handling it pretty good, to be honest with you. All right, Gemini. Gemini, what messages do we have for the Gemini Collective? What messages do we have for the Gemini Collective? Oh, Some of you are dealing with a situation in which there's either blocked communication or very horrible, piss poor communication. One of the two. Sun card, though. So the part that seems kind of, it just almost seems as if this person just doesn't have a care in the world. It kind of seems like that. Now, this connection, whatever it is that's been going wrong in this connection, some of you, it could have been a third party. For some of you, I know that's not all of you, but whatever it was that went wrong in this connection, something put a permanent dent in this connection. And it's getting to the point where this connection just doesn't even feel the same anymore. It just doesn't even feel right. Doesn't even feel right. You, at one point, some of you at one point felt like you didn't even know how you couldn't even imagine living without this person, right? But now it's like, it's just not the same anymore. Whatever, again, I don't know, whatever I'm trying to cover with these readings here, I'm doing the best that I can to try to cover all situations, right? Whether it's a past person, a current person, a new person, I'm trying to do the best I can to cover it all. That's hard to do though. But yeah, your Gemini twins ain't on the same page, are they? Because one twin done gave up on this shit. The other twin refuses to give up on this. So you twins up in your head are having a little fucking cat fight going on up in there. Okay. But yeah, it almost looks like this person just doesn't really give a shit. From your perspective, that's the way it looks. Well, let's look at the outcome here for this situation. Well, let's take a turn for the best, take a turn for the worst, or just kind of plateau out and stay the same. We shall see, said the blind man to his deaf son. Knight of Swords reversed. So for those of you wondering if you will have communication from this person, it does not look like it. For those of you just simply wondering whether or not communication is going to improve, it doesn't look like it. Honestly, this is telling me you're moving on from this. That's what it's telling me. But I think you do got somebody new coming in though. You're moving on from this, but connecting with somebody new. And this is telling me that that might not be the smartest idea right now. It might not be. Or at least tread lightly, and pay very close attention to every step you take moving forward if you do choose to move on from this. If you choose to connect with somebody new, if you're not careful, you could sabotage it. So be sure that whoever the next person is that you connect with, take it slow. Don't rush and jump into anything and, get engaged in 2 fucking weeks. I know that sounds ridiculous, but trust me, I see it all the time. So yeah, okay. So that looks like you're moving on from this and connecting with somebody totally new. And that's about all the advice I really have for a situation like that. I mean, when it gets to a point where you've been spinning in circles and you just keep repeating the same cycle with a person to the point to where it has depleted you and drained you of your emotions, of your life force energy. Some of you even have completely lost yourselves in this situation. Now, if you've lost yourself in this situation, even more of a reason to tread very lightly if you connect with a new person. Tread very lightly. I don't have time to go on the lecture where I break down the energetic mechanics of why that's dangerous. But you have to trust me. I specialize primarily in energy behavior that is dangerous. I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't do that. Okay? I've manifested my wildest dreams 10 times over. And if something happened between me and my wife, the last fucking thing I would do is go jump into a new relationship. I wouldn't even. That's how tricky it is. I'm telling you. So, all right. All right. Cancer. Cancer. What messages do we have for the Cancerian Collective? Actually, hold up. I'm going to use these 2 decks right here. Everyday Witch and this weird, it's like an anime tarot, Magna or something like that. I don't even know how to say that. But, okay, Cancer. For some reason, whenever I think of anime, I always think of Cancerian energy. Like, almost every single Cancer I have ever met, for some reason, watches anime. They love anime. I don't know why. So that's why I'm using that deck for y'all. All right, what messages do we have for the Cancerian Collective? What's the energy look like between you and the person you're dealing with? Let's see. Uh-oh, Queen of Swords reversed. So it's getting to the point to where you're just straight up pissed off about this situation, aren't you? You just have a bad attitude towards this person and this situation. No judgment. I'm not here to tell you that you should or you shouldn't. That's just what it is. You're very irritated, very pissed off, very annoyed. Boom. The Judgment, though. Yeah. Wow. It's kind of looking to me. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, it's looking to me like you're this close. You're on your last straw with this situation. Your last straw. I'm feeling like the majority of you are just straight up about to make a final decision to abandon this situation altogether. Altogether. Now, both of you do still love each other. That may be the only reason you've hung on to it this long. It's because you know that both of you still love each other. Even if this is a past person. Again, for those of you just now tuning in, I'm trying to cover all situations in these readings here. Even if this is somebody from the past, both of you do still love each other. And you know this. But it's to the point where I feel like so much tension has built between the two of you. And you just don't want that toxicity anymore. You're just tired of the toxic energy. All right. See, here's the thing about toxicity. Negative energy in and of itself isn't intrinsically toxic. What's toxic is when we sit and bathe in negative energy, right? Like, say, for example, you're in a relationship and you and the person you're with get into a fight or an argument. Now, God forbid, I'm not saying, domestic violence or anything like that, just like a verbal disagreement, right? That in and of itself isn't intrinsically toxic. What's toxic is when we keep getting into the same argument, the same shit over and 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 over, and we're bathing in that energy every single day. That's when it turns toxic. So just thought I'd throw that out there, but you're getting about tired of the toxicity here between the two of you. But you both still love each other. Some of you dealing with an Aries, could be a fellow Cancer for some of you. I also have Capricorn here. Oh, I got Libra too. Yeah, you about ready to make a head over heart decision about this situation. Now let's look at the overall outcome for Cancer. Overall outcome. Hang on a second. Let me adjust this a little bit, y'all. Oh, there we go. How many of my OG followers do I have? Any of my OG followers who have been following me for like the last 3 or 4 years? I've recreated my old Vegas studio the way I had it back in 2021. And it's like it looks 90% like my old studio did. A little bit different. The room's a little bit smaller. The door is positioned in a different place. But other than that, with the position of the door and the size of the room, it's 90% like my old studio was. So, all right. Okie doke. What's the overall outcome for Cancer? Overall outcome. Whoa. Oh, and for those of you wondering why I said that, I don't live in that house anymore. So, for those of you who didn't really catch the memo, we moved out of the first Las Vegas house, moved to California for a year. Now we're back in Vegas in a different house. So, all right. What's the overall outcome? Knight of Swords reversed. So it's getting to the point now where I don't even think you have anything to say to this person. Some of you may be blocking communication. Magician reversed. Yeah, I think it pains you to do this. It pains you to do this, but I'm thinking a lot of you are probably just about to block this person and cut them out of your life altogether. Altogether. Now, this doesn't go, I don't think you're doing this randomly, okay? So I'm not saying that you're just gonna make a random stupid decision that you're gonna regret. I don't think you're gonna regret this decision. Some of you have already been around the block on this rodeo with this person before. Some of you. But whether you have or you have not, this has still been a decision that you've been deliberating for quite some time. You've thought it through. You've thought through everything you can possibly think of about this situation, and you're coming to have to make a hard decision. And that's you're going to be like the third sign I've said this to tonight, but that's the best decision you could make. Man, I'm digging my signs, man. The way it's coming through, y'all are doing what needs to be done. I went into this and I told myself I'm not going to pull any advice spreads, but from what I'm seeing, the majority of you don't need advice. The majority of you are doing exactly what you fucking should do. So, yeah, what I would do, it also depends on what kind of situation you're dealing with, though. But especially if it's somebody you're currently dealing with in your life, I would set them and lay down the law and say, look, this is it. This is it. We're going to work together as a team to work through this shit, or I'm done. I'm done. There ain't no finger pointing going on here. Here's what I need to work on. That's what you need to work on. If all you're going to do is point the finger at me and say it's all me, I'm done. No, it is some me. Not saying it's not. It's some me. I got the shit I need to work on. I acknowledge what I need to work on. If you don't acknowledge what you need to work on, I'm done. I'm not doing this. At least give them that last final straw, right? Some of you already have. So for those of you who already have, then that's the best decision you could make. All right. Leo. 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 So again, for those of you just now tuning in, if you didn't catch the memo, I got a big 4th of July reading sale happening on my website right now, where my full personal readings prices have been chopped in half. So if you didn't catch the memo, got a big sale going on right now, y'all. Check in the description of the video. You'll find a link that'll take you straight to that page on my website. All right, Leo. What can I tell Leo for this week? Okay, 9 of Wands in the reverse. For some of you, hang on. Okay, the Star card reversed. Yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like an ending is being prevented here. For some of you, it could be a reconciliation with a past person. But I'm kind of feeling like for the majority of you, this is somebody you're currently dealing with in your life. Because the Lover's card and the Tower card are both reversed. But whatever it is that's been happening between the two of you, Lover's card reversed, the connection just isn't felt mutually anymore. Now, I don't know who feels how or what, but one of you just doesn't feel the connection quite like you used to. That's usually whenever you hear me say that something put a permanent dent in the connection, that's the Lover's card reversed. Where this used to be an insanely intense connection, now it's almost like it just feels kind of like y'all don't even really know each other anymore. You know? Death card. So an ending is being prevented, right? Or again, if it's a past person, a reconciliation is being attempted. But even though there's an attempt to breathe life into this connection, deep down, you know, it's a done dollar. Too late. It's over. Yeah. Queen of Wands in the upright. That's you, boo-boo. That's all you, boo-boo. You know what that means? That means, fuck it. I'm putting my foot down. I'm standing my ground. I'm not changing my mind. I say what I mean what I say. Period. That's the Queen of Wands. And you know, the Queen of Wands reminds me, actually, as a matter of fact, you know what? I just thought of this. When I was a little kid, some of you know this, I was taken away from my parents when I was like 2, and I was raised by my grandparents. Well, my aunt helped raise me when my grandparents were at work and I was a little kid. So she was like my second mom. And she was a Leo. She would say that shit all the time. I'm not changing my mind. I say what I mean what I say. One of the most stubborn, hard-headed women I've ever met in my life. I just now thought of that. I just now put 2 and 2 together. But yeah. See, look, we got the Leo card reversed there. This situation has drained the life force energy out of you. You're not even the same person anymore, Leo. After whatever it was you went through with this person, you ain't even the same person no more. So it almost kind of feels like you're how am I going to word this? You're putting your foot down, but you're letting your guard down. You're not backing down, but you're not fighting at the same time. Does that make any sense? You understand what I'm saying? It's a fixed sign thing. I'm a fixed sign too, so I get it. But man, this is just, you're starting to realize that you're really starting to feel like this is a waste of time. For some of you, there could be either a third party or a suspected third party. Some of you, this may all stem from trust issues. Possibly. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. Also have Gemini and Aquarius here. All right, well, let's see what's the overall outcome of this situation. What is the overall outcome between Leo and this person? Are y'all going to keep this going or part ways like two ships passing in the night? What's the outcome of this situation? Justice. You know what that means, right? And the Queen of Swords. It means you need to do what you know needs to be done, regardless of how it feels. And that's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. You're not letting your emotions get in the way. You're making a head over heart decision. I think you're just done with this fucking drama. It feels to me like you're just putting a stop to this situation altogether. I do think a grudge is being held, though. There's still a lot of bitterness from the past that's being harbored. But it almost kind of feels like you're politely stepping back from this situation. Yeah, I feel like you're walking away from this. I feel like you are. And again, well, okay. I'm going to take a different route with you. For those of you just now tuning in, I'm not pulling advice spreads for these, but I'll give my 2 cents. Now, the only way any kind of relationship will grow and thrive is if we're both working on it, okay? So how do you work on a relationship as an individual? I don't care who you are. Don't care what your sign is. Don't care what you did or didn't do. Don't care if you're at fault or not. How do you work on a relationship? You work on yourself. So very frequently, in the highest percentage of cases, we end up getting into a finger pointing contest, right? Well, you did this and you did that. And you're the one that needs to stop doing this. You're the one that won't do that. You're the one that keeps doing this. You. Why should I do this when you're always doing that? Why can't I do this when you're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? So here's one thing that you can do that is not a guarantee to fix things, but it will greatly increase the chances. Step back and say, okay, well, you know what? Here's what I need to work on. This is what you need to work on. But you know what? I'll go first. I'll be the bigger person. And you just work on you and actually do it so they can step back and watch you do it. Most of the time, that will inspire the other person to follow suit and do the same. Most of the time. Definitely not all the time. But one of two things will happen. Either A, that will inspire the person to follow suit and do the same. Because as soon as you start working on yourself and you start dedicating your life to working on yourself, you're making a frequency change. You're changing to a new frequency. Now, if the other person follows suit and changes frequencies with you, then the two of you can tune into a new vibration that'll manifest a positive outcome. Or let's say they don't. Let's say they stay stuck in their stubborn ass ways and they refuse to work on themselves. Well, what happens is you make a frequency change and they don't. So what happens when you make a frequency change and somebody else doesn't? The two of you part ways by way of universal law. Because you tune into a new frequency. Now we can't even coexist in the same space because we're not vibrating at the same frequency anymore. Then the universe will bring you a new person that will match your new frequency. It's a win-win. Anything, I don't care who you are. This is for everybody. This is for everybody. Anything or anyone that you lose as a direct result of raising your vibration is not a loss. It's not a loss. No, it is not. All right, Virgo, let's see what we got for you. What do we got for the Virgo collective? Virgo. What messages do we have for the Virgo collective? Boom, King of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Swords, Death card. Damn, dog. Okay, so I think you highly suspect that the person that you're dealing with is just a game player. Highly suspect it. And I think it's because this person seems to be a really inconsistent communicator. Like, I don't know, some of you may be dealing with a person that's sending you mixed signals, or maybe they're kind of like hot and cold, on and off, in and out. Ace of Swords upright, Knight of Swords reversed. Maybe they'll say one thing one day, another thing another day. This person feels kind of inconsistent, and it almost kind of feels like you're wondering if they are a manipulative game player. You can't quite tell. So again, an ending is being prevented. For those of you dealing with a past person, a reconciliation will probably be attempted. But you're this person throws you way off balance. The two of you don't balance each other out very well at all. You're trying to be patient with this person in this situation. There's a lot of potential here, though. Man, there's a lot of potential. That may be the main reason why you're holding on to hope for this situation, because you know that if both of you got on the same page at the same time, working towards the same goal, the two of you could have something fucking amazing. But I feel like this person, they may just be a little bit immature and inconsistent. Some of you may be dealing with somebody that's not even mature enough to be the person you need them to be. Well, let's see the outcome for the week. What's the outcome for the week for Virgo? Outcome for the week. Ooh, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords reverse. So more back and forth. More back and forth energy. And you're starting to get really irritated, annoyed, and pissed off. Okay. Oh, this is telling me you might just walk away from this. Yeah, man. I'm thinking that you're about ready to just walk away from this. Explore other options and start a relationship with a new person. Two of Cups reversed. Eight of Cups, that's walking away from this. Exploring other options and starting something new with somebody new. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. It just seems like there's too many secrets, too much sneaky shit going on here, and you just do not feel confident that the two of you are building something solid and stable. So I feel like you're walking away from this and starting new love with a new person. And I mean, I'll say this. Have you at least, I'm sure you have. I don't know why I'm even saying this, but have you expressed your concerns with this person? I know, I feel like the majority of you already have, but just in case there's one or two of you that have not, try to express your concerns. Matter of fact, I think that's one of the quickest, easiest ways to determine whether or not you even need somebody in your life. One of the quickest, easiest ways. Okay, if you're concerned about something, express it like a logical, rational, reasonable, mature adult. I have to throw that in there. I have to throw that in there because if you come at them all shitty and aggressive and it pops off into a fight, well, that's your damn fault. Okay? Like a calm, cool, mature adult, express your concerns, right? And then see how they respond to it. Now, I'm not saying that this person should flip a switch and turn into the person you want them to be overnight. That's not what I'm saying. That'd be nice. I would like that for you, but that's not what I'm saying that we should be looking for. What we're looking for is effort. Effort. See if they even put forth the slightest bit of effort to try to alleviate that concern. Even if they fumble and fail and fuck it all the way up. And see if they at least try. Now, if they don't try, if they just brush you off, if they ignore it, or especially if they try to make you feel stupid for being concerned about what you're concerned about, that tells you one thing. I don't give a fuck about how you feel. That's what that tells you. If they at least try to alleviate your concern, that tells you, I care how you feel. I don't want you to feel that way. If you're concerned, like say, for example, you come to me and you say that you're kind of concerned that I might not really be all that interested in you, you know, right? Well, if I'm interested in you and I care how you feel, I don't want you to feel that way. Well, what can I do? What can I do to like make sure you don't feel that way? What is it that I'm doing that makes you feel that way? And how can I work on correcting that? I'm going to try to alleviate your concerns. But if I honestly don't really care how you feel, oh, that's what you think? All right, well, fuck you then. I don't care. See what I'm saying? All right. Libra. What messages do we have for the Libra collective? Boom, boom. Boom, boom, Ooh, the Magician. Some of you are definitely manifesting bigger and better things. You're manifesting new things. Let's see. But you're manifesting new things. But when it comes to the situation you're dealing with, you feel like you have put forth so much work, energy, and effort, and you feel like you should see a lot more success with this situation than you do. You're wondering why. How am I going to word this? It just seems like this situation should be further along than it is. Like say for example, you and this person have been talking for 2 months and you're not official yet, right? Like, damn, man, what the fuck? Or let's say you've been with this person for 4 years and y'all aren't even engaged to be married yet. Something along the lines of, we should be further along in this. Something's weighing on you very, very heavily. I'm thinking that some of you are concerned that this person might not be interested in you, in which I don't feel like that's the case, but I do feel like this person is extremely emotionally independent. And so that can come across like you're not interested when you're emotionally independent. Maybe, you know, they don't open up to you a whole lot. They don't, whenever they're going through something, they don't dump it onto you and burden you with it. They deal with it themselves, that type of thing. You know what I'm not seeing here, though? The only cups I have on the table are the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Cups reversed. I'm not seeing a mutual love connection here, though. So I think that's probably what you're worried about. You're worried that this person might not even be interested in you. So you don't know whether or not you should continue trying to work on this situation. You don't know if it's going anywhere. Okay, what's the overall outcome? What is the overall outcome? World card reversed. Y'all are just repeating the cycle and repeating the cycle and repeating the cycle. Yeah. Like, it just kind of seems like this situation's stuck at a standstill. Stuck at a standstill. But meanwhile, the connection is getting more and more and more intense. So the more time passes, the stronger this connection gets, but nothing is progressing and moving forward, which means the tension is building. But I'm not seeing you abandoning this. Pretty much I'm seeing a repeat cycle here. Seeing a repeat cycle. So, I'm probably going to have to give you the same advice that I gave Taurus. Yeah, again, I'm not pulling advice spreads on these. I'm just going to put my 2 cents in on it. But it would also depend on how long you've been dealing with this situation. But I'm going to tell you what I told Taurus. Go inside, okay, and ask yourself what feels right, and set a time frame. Set some sort of time frame. Like, what feels right, right? Like, say, for example, you've been dealing with this person for 3 months, and you say, well, you know what? I'm going to give this 2 more months. Now, I'm not saying make it 2 months. It's just, I'm just throwing random numbers out there. For argument's sake, let's say 2 more months. If by 2 months, this situation hasn't progressed and started moving forward, I'm backing away. Backing away. Because see, here's the danger with this right here. With a connection that keeps getting heavier and heavier and more intense, and the tension keeps building and building and building, and we keep spinning and spinning and spinning around in the same circle, and the tension is building, the more you put off making some kind of decision, the uglier it's going to be when this tension finally reaches its breaking point and explodes. And the more time passes and the uglier it gets when it does pop and explode, the more karmic energy you create with that person. The longer it's going to take to heal from it, and the chances are very, very high that you may not fully heal from it, and the two of you will end up back in the next lifetime trying it all over again. But that karmic energy that you create in this lifetime will carry over to the next lifetime. Okay. Scorpio. Scorpio. What kind of messages can we tell Scorpio for the week? What messages do we have for the Scorpio collective? Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. Some of you either caught somebody in a lie, or you're highly, highly suspecting that this person may be lying to you. Honestly, with the Seven of Swords reversed, that tells me the majority of you are catching this person in a lie. The majority of you. But whether you caught this person red-handed or not, you are getting to the point where you do not trust this person at all. At all. Let's get 2 shuffles here. 1 and 2. Two of Swords reversed. And it's looking like a decision is finally being made. Ah, man, I can't help. I hate to get too specific with this, but I got a real specific message coming through here. And some of you all either found out or are finding out about a third party. Or at least you highly suspect a third party. Highly suspect it. So it's looking like you're slamming the door shut on this situation altogether. You got your mind, and it hurts. It's not an easy thing for you to do. This is not an easy thing for you to do. but you feel like you're left with no choice but to move on from this. Now, again, for those of you just now tuning in, I'm trying to cover all the different types of situations. So if this is something that happened in the past, take it as a past person. If it's something that's currently going on, take it as a current person. But take it however it resonates. I'm trying to generalize this as much as I can, but I'm not going to lie. This is coming through real specific. Like, it's not leaving me very much wiggle room at all outside of this one message that's coming through. Death card. You feel like there is no choice. As bad as it hurts, as much as it breaks your heart, you feel like you have no choice but to move on from this. Because you are just not going to be with somebody you can't trust. Some of you are dealing with a fellow Scorpio. I also have Taurus and Leo. Well, it feels like we got the outcome there. Let's see, what actions is this person taking? Are they taking action to try to fix this situation? Or what's the final verdict? What's the final outcome of this situation? What's the final verdict? What's the final outcome? High Priestess, you're going with your intuition on this one. Your intuition is telling you to GTFO, yo. Yup. You're making up your mind. Same overall energy in the last spread. Different deck. Yep. Making a head over heart decision. Not letting your emotions make decisions for you. Again, 3 threes. Either you have solid evidence of a third party or you just do not trust this person at all. 3, 3, 3. Third party situation, y'all. You feel like you've learned your lesson. You're holding back, resisting temptation as badly as you don't want to walk away from this. You're doing it anyway. And I mean, like I've told almost all the signs tonight, that's the best decision that you could make. Now, let's look at both sides of that coin, okay? Let's say you're wrong. Let's say you're wrong. I don't think you are, just to let you know. But let's just play devil's advocate for a minute. Just for a minute. I'm going to play devil's advocate. Let's say you're wrong. Let's say you're just paranoid. Let's say you're just tripping. Let's say you're just insecure. Oh, fucking well. That is still going to destroy the connection. Even if you're just wrong, insecure, and tripping. And I got news for you. It doesn't matter what I tell you. It don't matter. I told this to a client a couple of weeks ago who came to me and said, is this person cheating on me? All right? Can I trust this person? And I pulled and I answered their question, but at the end of the reading, I let them know. Even if I said no, they're not cheating on you, would that really fix the problem? No. Because for some reason, there's a trust issue. And even if I tell you there's no reason for there to be a trust issue, for some reason that energy is still manifesting. It's not going to matter what I say. So even if you are just broken, paranoid, and insecure, stepping away from a relationship with somebody you can't trust, whether it's warranted or unwarranted, is still the best decision you could make. If you have trust issues, I don't care who you are, I don't care what your sign is, I don't care why you're watching this video. If you have trust issues, I understand. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not downplaying anything that you've been through. Trust me, I know. But if you have trust issues, you need to work on that before you get in a relationship. You need to work on that. Okay? All right. Sagittarius. What messages do we have for the Sagittarian collective? What messages do we have? Ooh, 2 of Wands reversed. but the Two of Swords upright. So it looks like a decision is being made. Wow, hold up. This is weird. Okay. So you're making a decision in regards to this situation, but it's like you don't trust the decision that you made. It's almost like you don't trust yourself. You don't know if you're making the right decision. Now, what decision would that be? Emperor and the Empress, both reversed. Tower card. So this looks like something that either came to an end or it's coming to an end, one of the two. But you don't know whether or not walking away from this is the right decision. You don't know. Some of you, this could be an on and off relationship. I know that's not all of you, but I have a feeling there's probably a decent little handful of you who have already repeated this cycle with this person before. So I feel like, honestly, though, you are making a decision to be done and over with this. And new doorways of opportunity are opening for you. But there's still a little voice in the back of your mind that is thinking, well, what if I made the wrong decision? You're still questioning yourself. You're still up in your head, not even sure if you're doing the right thing. For those of you dealing with a situation where you're wondering whether or not there will be communication, it doesn't look like it. I'm thinking you're connecting with somebody totally new. Whoever this is, whatever this is, whether this was a past person or some current situation that's just not going anywhere, I feel like you're making a decision, a solid decision. You just don't trust your decision, okay? And you and this person are absolutely karmically tied. Absolutely. Huh. Well, damn, that came too quick. Let's see the signs I have on the table. I have Taurus. I have Aries. I have Cancer. So you could be dealing with those signs, or you could be dealing with any damn sign in the world. You know that. These are just energies. To be honest with you, I don't even like calling out the signs like that. But everybody always says, oh, tell me what signs you see. So, all right. Well, what's the overall primary outcome for Sagittarius for the week? Overall primary general outcome. Yep. Moving on from this situation. World card reversed. You're moving on. Any unfinished business, you're just leaving it unfinished. Moving on. Putting it behind you. Basically, just trying to move on from it and forget about it. And you're leaping into a new relationship with a new person. So you're moving on from one situation, jumping into another situation, and pretty much cutting all communication with whoever the hell this other person is. No communication. So, well, the only thing that I would say is your healing is your number one priority. Number one. Do not jump into a relationship to try to distract yourself from the pain of whoever this other person is. Do not do that. Don't do that. Energetically, on an energetic level, that is no different than running to the bar and getting drunk. Nothing wrong with going out and having a little drinky if you want, but do not depend on alcohol to be your only source of relief from the pain. Do not jump into a relationship strictly to get that other person off your mind. So do not, basically, my 2 cents is, do not let a new relationship distract you from the healing that needs to be done. If you play your cards right, no pun intended, and you successfully heal from whatever this is you're walking away from, and you maintain your frequency and take a healing path, the next person that you connect with could be very successful if you're focusing on your frequency and your healing. If you don't, if you just blindly leap in into a relationship just to try to distract yourself, well, guess what? You'll experience a repeat cycle of what you did last time. Because the primary law is the law of vibration, the secondary law is the law of attraction. One of the biggest mistakes that people make in the dating world is they think they need a relationship to create love and happiness. Well, I got news for you. Relationships do not create love and happiness. If relationships created love and happiness, I wouldn't have a job. What relationships create is a representation of the frequency that you were vibrating at when you connected with the person. That's what they create. Think about that. Take all the time you need thinking about that. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. What do we got for the Capricorn Collective? Ooh, Queen of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords reversed. Moon card. Oh, past energy coming through here. I'm thinking some of you are going to end up having a conversation with somebody from the past. Or at least maybe somebody from the past is trying to connect with you and maybe you're ignoring it. It's almost kind of what this feels like. I kind of feel like somebody from the past is trying to get a hold of you, trying to get your attention, trying to communicate with you. And it's almost like you're ignoring it. And you're putting your foot down, right? Putting your foot down. It's almost like even if you do have feelings for this person, which it's kind of hard to say, you're still standing firm. And some of you are completely ignoring this person, ignoring this situation altogether. You definitely got your guard up when it comes to this situation. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a reconciliation attempt happening here. I'm thinking somebody from the past is trying to reconcile. Now, these energies could go both ways. That could be you trying to reconcile with them. What I'm seeing here is somebody attempting reconciliation and somebody not having it. Take it however it resonates. But for the majority of you, it feels like your energy. Whoops. Feels like your energy holding back and resisting temptation and just straight up ignoring the person. But I don't think it's because you don't care. I think this weighs on you very heavily. A connection with this person makes you feel very, very nervous. You ain't feeling right as a result of this. And this person throws you way, way, way off balance. Okay. And what's the main outcome? Capricorn starting a relationship with somebody new? Are you going to give in and talk to a past person? Or are you just going to go kind of in hermit mode and stick to yourself? What's the main outcome for Capricorn? The Hangman. So you might not be making any solid decisions one way or the other. See. Oh, yeah. I think when it comes to the whole love thing, a lot of you are just kind of putting the brakes on that. And what's Capricorn going to focus on? You're going to focus on your money, boo-boo. You're going to focus on some of you, I feel like the majority of you are saying, fuck some love. I'm going to go out and get that bag. Whatever it is that you have to do, whether I'm going to request a bunch of overtime at work, or I'm going to start building me a little online business, or I'm going to bust a little hustle on the side. I ain't got no time for that love shit right now. I'm focusing on my money. But yes, I do think somebody from the past is trying to get your attention. But you're not even, you're too busy. Yeah, you're not jumping headfirst into anything right now. Not jumping headfirst into anything. You're focusing on your goals. Shit. Well, I tell you what, to put my 2 cents in here, It depends on how long ago you and this person parted ways. If you just parted ways recently, within the last month to 2 months, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Now, if this was a while back, if this was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, and somebody from the past shows up in your inbox, even if you're a little bit hesitant to talk to them, at least get some closure. At least get some closure. Maybe even you can keep them at an arm's distance if you want, and you could at least say something like, hey, it's cool, we good, no ill will coming from me. I apologize for what I did. I forgive you for what you did. Whoop, 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 whatever. And then close it out. Okay? But, yeah, this is saying one way or the other, though. I think focusing on your money, your business, and your finances is the best decision you could make anyways. Even those of you who are hitting a little rough patch financially, you're not alone. Everybody been hitting rough patches financially over the last year or so. Even more the reason to put your foot down, dig in, and make that money, boo-boo. Look at all this. Look at all this. All of the pentacles. We got Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Shit. Go get that bag then, boo-boo. You know that one of the easiest ways to transmute energy is through a financial goal. Now, that does not mean that if you go out and get a bunch of money, that's going to heal you and make you feel better. That's not what I mean. What I mean is you take the energy that was created through that situation and you use it as fuel to create a new financial goal. Then once you accomplish that financial goal, you take the accomplishment and you tie it to the situation that created the energy. And you have to do this with your perception or it doesn't work. Then you redefine the meaning behind why that situation happened. Now you've transmuted the energy. I took this heartbreak, this heartache, this pain, this sadness, and I used it to create this fucking new thing. I used this to accomplish my goal. I'm glad that happened that way. Alrighty, Aquarius. Aquarius. What messages do we have for Aquarius? Universe. What messages do we have? The 10 of Swords in the reverse. Some of you are healing from and getting over something that came to an end in the past. Hang on, it's not ready yet. Hold up. Almost, hang on. All right, one more shuffle. Yeah, some of you are actually healing from something. For some of you, it may have been a long, drawn-out, pain-in-the-ass healing process. But I think a lot of you are having a sudden realization. The more healing that you do, you're starting to realize that you're not as interested in this person as you thought you were. Ooh, you dealt with a situation that taught you a major lesson, didn't it? A major lesson. I think a lot of you, whatever this was that you went through, turned you into a totally different person. A totally different person. Now, the person that you're dealing with, on the other hand, is not healing. Matter of fact, the person that you are dealing with is a fucking mess. They're a fucking mess that hasn't done a goddamn bit of healing. And some of you, you either know this or you have a really good idea that while you have been healing, growing, and evolving, they have not. They are still the exact same person that you walked away from. Yep. And they're still playing the victim too, by the way, just to let you know. So for those of you wondering whether or not This person sees the error of their ways. No. No. For those of you wondering whether or not they regret what they did, no. No, they don't. They do not. And they are still very, very guarded towards you. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're thinking, man, you really, truly, genuinely believe that it was my fault? Genuinely? That's the way your brain works? Well, if that's the way your brain works, I'm not interested in you anyways, if that's the way you think. If you can clearly fuck me over like that and blame me for it, or whatever the case may be, and that's really the way you think, if you're that dumb, we wouldn't make a good team anyways. I think the more healing that you do, the more you're implementing this lesson that you learned, the more you're meditating on everything you learned from this situation, it's turning you into a totally different person. You're getting to the point where you're becoming the highest vibrational, most evolved version of yourself that you've ever been as a direct result of this particular situation. Well, let's see what's the overall outcome for Aquarius. I'm going to talk to this person. Anything new coming in? What's going on? What's the outcome for Aquarius? What's the overall general outcome for Aquarius? Hierophant reversed. Oh, star card reversed. So I'm seeing you connecting with somebody new. You're being connected. Yep. I think you're being tested. You're going to be tested. Yup. And hey, whenever you learn a lesson, I've had to tell like 5 clients this past week. When you learn a lesson, you will, not you might, not you could, you will have to demonstrate that you learned that lesson before you get to level up. You will. It's not just you. We all have to go through that. I have to go through that. My neighbor has to go through that. My neighbor's mama has to go through that. When you learn a lesson, see, one thing that we all kind of like to do, myself included, is we like to sit around and think about and talk about the lessons that we learned, right? And that's good. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. Not saying you shouldn't do that at all. But the universe is going to make you prove it. And I'm thinking that the universe is going to connect you with somebody new. Connecting you with somebody new. And it makes your spidey senses tingle. You're like, whoa, hold up. What should I do here? What should I do here? Oh, you really been doing that healing? You really learned a lesson? Okay, prove it. Prove it. Show me. So you're going to be put in a situation that mirrors, very similarly, a situation you've been in the past. Some of you, I guess, could end up reconnecting with the person from the past. It's possible. But even if it's not a person from the past, it's going to be a similar situation to something that you've been through in the past. What are you going to do this time? That's the question. My 2 cents is take that lesson that you say you learned and do it this time. You know, when you're thinking back on, man, I should have done this. I should have known when they said this. I should have known when they did that. Okay. Well, now the universe is going to put you in a situation where they say that thing again, where they do that thing again. What you should have done last time, let's see you do it now. You going to turn that person down? Like say for example, you're interested in somebody that's in a relationship, right? Or somebody comes to you who's already in a relationship and they're love bombing you, right? And they're I'm in a relationship, but the person I'm with is so toxic and crazy and this, that, the third, and whoop, 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 and plays the victim and whatnot. What are you going to do this time? No, sorry. You're already in a relationship. That tells me everything I need to know about you. You're a cheater. Nope, I don't fucks with cheaters. Nope. Are you going to turn it down this time? You're going to be tested. Now, best case scenario, your bullshit-o-meter is so sensitive that you will completely avoid the test altogether and never even know you're being tested. That's best case scenario. Those results aren't that typical, but they are possible. Worst case scenario, you end up getting sucked right back in and repeating a cycle that you repeated in the past. Most people fall in the middle somewhere. Most people do. All right, last but definitely not least, Pisces. Pisces. What messages do we have for the Pisces collective for the week? What messages do we have for Pisces? Let's see. Oh, got some past person energy coming through here. Okay. Well, this is telling me that whether you're interested in a past person or not, because I know some of you are, some of you are not, this is telling me that you're still karmically tied to somebody from the past. The two of you do have a karmic tie, okay? Now, as far as this person is concerned, I think they still haven't gotten over this. They still haven't gotten over this. But they're walking away. So for those of you wondering if reconciliation is going to happen, I don't think so. It's not looking like they're coming back. They're walking away from this. And they're acting like they don't care. So if you peep in on them, it may look like they just don't give a shit. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing. Nothing could be further from the truth. They have attempted many, many times to try to get your attention, but they're not doing that anymore. So, but no, they have absolutely not moved on from this. And the two of you are karmically tied. There is a karmic tie. Even those of you not interested in this person, there's still a karmic tie here. You know how to test to see whether or not there's a karmic tie? It's real easy. Explain why it happened the way it happened. Get out a pencil and a paper and write down that relationship, how it went down, the whole experience from the time you all got together to the time you separated. All right? Write down the whole experience. And then explain why it was meant to happen the way it happened. If you can't break down and explain why something happened the way that it happened, you're still karmically tied. You're still karmically tied. Because you know why? If you don't know why it happened that way, that means y'all have unfinished business. Now, if you can break down and say, no, you know what? I know why that was meant to happen that way. That was meant to happen that way so that this could happen this way, or whatever the case may be. There is no unfinished business. You know why? Because you have assigned that experience a meaning. So once you assign that experience a meaning, there is no unfinished business. You finished it. Now that's the short version of it. I could dig up and talk about that for fucking 30 minutes, but y'all are karmically tied. All right, what's the overall general outcome for Pisces for the week? Overall general outcome for Pisces for the week. Hanging out with friends, going out and having a good time. I'm seeing you connecting with a potential, possible new person. But you're not getting really close to this person right away. Some of you may not even be interested. in the next person that you connect with. I think there's somebody interested in you coming in, but it almost kind of feels to me like you ain't really feeling it. Yeah, man, there's somebody very interested in you. And I'm thinking you're too guarded right now, or you're just keeping them at an arm's distance. Man, there's somebody coming in digging you, fucking digging you, dude. But you're kind of like, nah, I don't know. Maybe they're coming on too hard, too strong. They could be coming on like kind of love bombing, you know. But something about this makes you feel a little bit uneasy. So you're doing the best you can to keep your head above water so that you can get air and think straight. So, okay. Yeah, you're keeping them at an arm's distance. So my 2 cents on that would be, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, but see if we can form a friendship. Let's take it at step 1, square one. Let's just talk for a little bit. Let's just talk. All right? Let's go through the little talking phase. Hang out and just see if we vibe. Let's just see if we vibe. I don't mind. We can go out somewhere sometime, you know. We can go out, eat somewhere, or hang out. Let's just see if we vibe. Then, if we vibe, then we take it to the next level. And then, as long as that works out, then we take it to the next level. That's what I would do if I was you. See if y'all vibe first. See if you can make it through the talking phase, right? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all so much for tuning in and playing along. Hey, don't forget, y'all, for those of you who missed the memo, I got a big 4th of July reading sale going on my website right now. All of my full personal readings prices have been chopped in half. So don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.